draft has already begun, so let's jump ourselves inside the game. And we will be looking at ROX.KIS on the Radiant side to start this one up. Mousesports over on the Dire side. And once again on my side, my commentator from Canada, it is Clairvoyance. Welcome back for our final match, man.
Toby,
Claire,
I have some disappointing news.
What's your disappointing news?
I lost a lot of fuel from last games. DD getting their free trip to the international, and I was so excited for them because I know it's a new game and all, but really, the international is kind of like the defining moment for a lot of these players who spilled their blood and toil to really get somewhere with this whole Dota career. And needless to say, man, they've pulled through. They've taken that wagon from the bottom of the hill to the top, started from the bottom, and now they're here. So I was so happy for them. But honestly, this is actually the bigger match. And the reason being is the loser of last game had a second chance, which is this one. The loser of this game, they don't have second chances. And Valve is not going to give us a second chance either because I'm disconnecting. I don't know about if that was just me.
No, it wasn't just you, man. There was definitely a connection issue to the server.
Okay.
It'll be all those wonderful people who are tuning in through Dota TV. Greetings to you all. Crashing the Dota 2 network. That's what it's all about, man. You never know how good a game is until you're able to crash the network just by the pure popularity of it.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. I just checked the pings just because I was a little afraid. Yol is sitting at 250 MS. And he's the one that's been asking for the remakes until now. So I'm not too sure about their land scenario, but regardless, the draft will be under the way. So as we see the standard order of picks, with one thing that's a little bit out of the ordinary is Nature's Prophet ban, which allows the Darkseer to get through. And ROX.KIS, of course, we know Dread plays a very, very fine Darkseer with their wombo combos. And so there it is.
They've got it, man. It is this kind of like thing that was forced out, really. When you look at the draft that Syndra's been running all the time, no one really wants to face up against the Nature's Prophet of Mousesports. It just seems to be dominating so much whenever it happens. At the same time, Lionstealer could be put in that same kind of kettle of fish. Batrider Wisp, no one wants to see that. And the Gyro is something which Syndra is kind of forced to ban out against BZZ. It's every CIS team's wet dream to have him every time. Doesn't matter what position, they will take him. And Mousesports, I'm wondering too if they really 100% want to go the Bane in this. They kind of forced to because ROX.KIS could take it in the third selection. So Syndra didn't really waste much time in it. And we're going to see Fader's Puck, a hero which actually hasn't featured anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to during this qualifier, but it will be appearing in this game.
Yep. And with that Puck pickup, the next question is this. In my head, is this going to be a Magnus or Rubik? That's literally the only thing that's on my mind right now. ROX.KIS, they have to know that with the Darkseer pickup as well as the Clockwork, they gave away a leeway of different drafts. And of course, yeah, the Bane was kind of a no-brainer due to the fact that Lifestealer is already there. The Puck, however, as you said, not making a very frequent appearance with regards to what we had expected coming into the qualifier, of course, because Puck was really, really like very, very high priority pick for a short period of time. And to an extent, it still is. It just kind of seems like it's kind of melded into the mid game to the point where, okay, it kind of turns out that you say, okay, well, this hero is great, but there are some other heroes that we would like to secure beforehand. And needless to say, Mousesports looks like they found those heroes and set it up for the Puck. OD, the counter pick at the mid lane, as opposed to the Rubik, which I thought Vanscore could have taken up against the Bane, or possibly the Magnus against the Puck matchup. They decided to go for the lane-winning strategy, and Toby, I'm not too sure if that's the best decision in this call, but let's hope they can pull it off.
And if they did make this decision now, it would have been banned out in the next set. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But right now, like, finding a hero that works up against the Puck is pretty damn difficult as it is. So yeah. OD, they pick it up. I just love the fact we're going to see Yol again on that Clockwork Goblin support for him. Dread gets his signature hero as the Darkseer. ROX.KIS, it was something which we're always talking about with ROX.KIS, and it didn't feel right on their first day of the group stages. They didn't play their game. They didn't play with the heroes that they like to do and the manner they like to do. And this scenario, they got 3 heroes which they're very, very happy to play. Very, very happy. They feel very, very comfortable on them. It's kind of the same thing with Mousesports, though.
10 seconds
like that, Fader is very, very comfortable on his Puck. He's going to be made very uncomfortable by the OD. But then you got the Lifestealer, you got the Bane. These are normal heroes you would see coming out from the Mousesports lineup. So hopefully they can also find their synergy. And you see ROX.KIS starting to ban out the other ones. So Lifestealer's up, but they're expecting Qualifier, I'm assuming, to be on that one. They start banning at the Lone Druid.
Yeah, it's certainly an option for them to go for right now. I actually think that Lifestealer's for black. Now that the bear is out,
You think you're going to leave life... Because it's going to be Lifestealer, then what? It's going to be safe lane Lifestealer?
yeah, that's the kind of aura or the vibe rather that I'm getting against the Darkseer and Clockwork. If you want to babysit it, then of course Lifestealer will free farm. And black, I've seen him just go solo on the safe lane with the Lifestealer. Of course, I've seen Qualifier being sent to the long lane and just taking his talent straight into the jungle with the Lifestealer as well. But at this point, it's definitely not right to rule out anything. There's a lot of options, and I know part of the reason why Qualifier might be taking that, as you said, would be because the Prophet's banned out, and that's another hero that Qualifier plays very often. But I mean, at the same time, black and Qualifier, they're very, very potent, both of them, on the Lifestealer. So it's definitely anybody's game right now.
Seeing Cinder and banning out the Luna. We saw her feature earlier today. It was actually one of a killing blow kind of heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
Really was.
I'm wondering right now what's going to happen with ROX.KIS' mentality. Like, you go from that game, and you're like, come on, guys. Come on, we really should have had that. We really should have had, like, that. Like, they came out with one game up. They had to win one game, and DD said no on the second. They said no on the third. And if they lose now, like, a third game in a row, for them, it could be so demoralizing. They need something that gives them such momentum that they can basically walk all over Mousesports. That's what they require right now. How successful they're going to be?
Of course, that is definitely the question. It's against Mousesports, man. I don't know if that's something that you can accomplish right in the heat of the moment, right here in one of the most important matches of your life, arguably.
Yeah. And they got to know Mousesports is taking confidence with them. Like, Mousesports, they convincingly beat EG yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, that was a 2-0 walkthrough. And Mousesports, they face up. Like, so far, Mousesports have played games against IC Cup. They played a game up against EG, so they played EG twice. EG actually 2-0'd them the first time they met. And that was in the upper bracket final of their group stage. And then Mousesports played the QPAD Red Pandas when they went 2-0. So Mousesports, the only game they've been taken to 3 was actually up against IC Cup. And then they played up against EG again, and this is the first time they face up against ROX.KIS. And if they win this, it'll be the first time they face up against DD as well. Because EG got ROX.KIS, it'll be the second time they'll face DD, because they've faced DD before. But this is the first time they've faced ROX.KIS. The only team in this playoff that Mousesports hadn't faced up yet. And the Keeper of the Light comes off here from Mousesports. I'm still questioning if we're gonna have, like, you might be right with the Nakes on the top lane. You might be right with the Nakes on the top lane, because we haven't seen that strong off laner yet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you think it's gonna be a Weaver? If it's gonna be a Weaver,
I think so.
If it's gonna be a Weaver, you'd still throw Weaver as a solo top lane up against a Darkseer? It seems like a very tough lane for a Weaver.
Absolutely, you could definitely do that. And as a matter of fact, the ROX.KIS, I think they did it previously. It didn't work out for them, but 2 games ago when they let the Treant Protector through, and of course they got punished for it. Yeah, the strategy is basically you win with Lifestealer as well as the Weaver on your team. You're gonna win your lanes. Like, those heroes, they're designed that, yeah, while they maintain the damage output consistently throughout the game, which is why they're picked, of course, Lifestealer being a little bit better in that exchange because of the rage and all the other abilities. With the Weaver, you can play incredibly, incredibly aggressive, especially with the Keeper Blast to fall back on.
But what you can't do is destroy a PL.
That's always tough.
I'm wondering if this even forces them to pick up something like a Magnus, but that's also gonna be rather rough. They need something that's gonna clean up the PL, but Gyro was banned out by Synderen early on. They got a Nakes, but they got no Empower buff up on him. Puck can't always clean him out. Yep.
Yeah, speaking of the Empower, though, I think that's actually the right choice if they do take it. With the Magnus control, I mean, of course, there's a handy number of counters for the Magnus in this game so far. But even disregarding a Darkseer, disregarding the OD just being annoying against whatever hero in the mid lane, or even the Clockwork possibly ruining Magnus's day with Cogs, if he gets the Empower buff up on the Lifestealer in general, he farms very, very fast in the lane, in a sense that he doesn't miss creeps, and, oh, you know what? Throw everything out the door, Black gets his favorite hero.
Yeah. So Black gets to farm, so that gives Anti-Mage in the top lane, it's Lifestealer, Bane, and Keeper of the Light to go long lane and Puck into the mid lane. So either way they look at it, they're going to shut down that PL's farm early on. And when you got a Clockwork Goblin, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. Like, you're up against a Bane, a Coddle, and a Nakes. Nakes is happy to be on the front lines. There's no Enfeeble is going to stop him from doing the damage if they do catch somebody slightly out. And then you got Keeper of the Light with the covering fire, allows Nakes to spam his abilities too, because you can have that chakra available for you as well. And ROX.KIS, this last supporter is going to be something like really that just helps him so much to control that bottom lane. Because who are they going to take right now? Like, what is available? Yeah, THD, I heard Melf and they go Silencer as their last one.
Toby, I am really, really fearful of ROX.KIS right now. I honestly don't know why I didn't think about the anti-mage. That hero, that anti-mage pick counters every single hero on ROX.KIS's lineup. And I don't even mean until he gets 6 items with a Battle Fury, Manta, and all his core items. I'm talking about the fact that ROX.KIS, they don't have the disables to control this anti-mage right now, because Black, he's going to get pulled.
But they do have Silencer, man. Like, Black can be pulled all you want, but you've got control. You've got a high level of control that comes out from Silencer, and you've got an OD to couple up with that one. The Clockwork's not going to make it that easy for Anti-Mage either. And if you want to combine this up with, like, Darkseer with his ultimate combo too, if you can get the Anti-Mage caught out when a global silence happens, and you get all of Mousesports all trapped in, even Lifestealer is going to have a very, very rough time relying on that rage to get him in and out of engagements. This, for me, I don't think it's going to be that simple for Mousesports. ROX.KIS have some nice combos. It's required a hell of a lot, though, to make sure that bottom lane works for them. But I don't see that being a major problem for them.
Prepare for battle.
Well, I feel like Mousesports is just a smart enough team to take advantage of the lane situation. Then yeah, they're gonna go aggressive tri lane. As a matter of fact, I don't think ROX.KIS have anything to be able to contest this aggressive tri lane. Just because they're heroes, they don't have the disables and the lockdown. They have Dread on the Clockwork, and oh gosh, that's Dread on the Clockwork. Toby, is that a support Clockwork, or he's got the boots? I feel like he's
that's a long lane Clockwork. They're gonna run Darkseer as a semi jungle supporting the bottom lane. Solo will be on that OD, so he'll be heading towards the mid. Biz farming up on the bottom lane, and plus Vanscore as the silencer, the last one to come in. And noticing that all of Mousesports are going to come in. Qualifier the one on the front line. Dread, open wounds, but the Cogs going to push all of Mousesports back here. Synderen lets off a quick blast, only hits Solo and Dread, and now the OD trap out goes on Qualifier, so he's got no other ability that he can bring to this fight. Vanscore's trying to catch up. He actually went first ability, the Glaives, as opposed to going for like Last Word or the Curse of the Silent. He goes Glaives is the first one. They must have really been praying for a kill there.
Vanscore, he's definitely looking to harass in the lane. Glaives with the orb attack animation, as well as the extra damage. I guess that's for
look at your lanes, man. Look who's moving where. Solo is actually heading towards the top. No, he's going to say mid. BZZ is going to Solo top up against Mousesports Black.
They're trying to dodge. They're trying to dodge the tri lane. They know they can't beat the Keeper paying +1, and yeah, this is why they're trying to sack the Clockwork.
Is Yold trying to juke him around here, because that Observer was watching him run up, watching him run down. He is heading up towards the middle lane, but he's going to stay in the jungle. They could already be able to tell from his concealer. So Dread's actually Solo bottom lane. And I think this dodge has worked to an extent. Synderen's left. Synderen left the bottom lane.
Yep, he knows. He knows that the mouse with the Clockwork in that lane, as well as the boots, he knows that, okay, they're going to try to dodge the lane. We're going to need to catch up. And with this 2-2 setup from Mousesports, they can actually control. And this is so brilliant play coming out of them. I feel like at the lane stages, they're just giving themselves all the advantage they need to get ahead in this game. But as I say that, the Darkseer are already getting up a lot of CS, and that's the small creep camp, so it's understandable. But he's going to be looking to farm pretty decently. Who's not going to be looking to farm decently, however, is Dread. And that Clockwork against the Bane as well as the Lifestealer. 2 heroes that are very, very sufficient at shutting down a Clockwork.
But at the same time, man, you got to look at Black and say, you want heroes that are actually proficient at shutting down Black. The funny thing is, this Glaives of Wisdom actually helps Vanscore out a hell of a lot, because harassment damage is actually something now Black has to be a little bit more concerned about. He's coming in, but he's 4-5. He's getting denied heavily on this top lane. And there goes your Glaives, plus the lands from BZZ. He doesn't have a lot of extra mana left. Obviously, Black was coming in there just to whittle it down a little bit. But Black's also going to be cautious. He's got a lot. Actually, no, he doesn't. Look at his consumables. He's eaten through almost a full set of tankos. He's still got another 2 on him as well. And he already used his salve. The BZZ is 5-6 on the top lane up against a 2-for-0 Black. Black that cannot farm. And Dread, who's also up at level 2.5. Like, Bane's going to come down here and try and do something about him. But if the cogs go off, nothing's really going to stop him. Like, you're not going to see Pass throw out enough of a nuke that's going to cause too much of an issue. And Qualifier, if he gets inside the cogs, maybe he can get a kill. But if he's not inside the cogs, there's just no chance for it. And then towards the middle lane, Puck 5-4 up against an OD 7-5. But Puck's losing mana. The more Solo gets those Essence Aura charges off, the better he's going to be looking. While Yol, with actually an Invis rune coming to the bottom lane, Iron Shell's up on him. I don't know if Dread, no, he was just trying to push Qualifier back there.
Yeah, trying to get rid of his mana pool. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. That Iron Shell is going to push the lane. I'm not sure if this is the ideal scenario, what they want. As the PL, yeah, this is kind of just the results of what happens when you swap lanes like this. Is that the PL, he's out of mana. He was looking good at the first moment, but as soon as Cinderin decided to pull the first wave, they got the wave pushed back, and all of a sudden, all the creep control is just messed up.
But this is okay, because Qualifier is not running himself around with, okay, maybe that when that wave pushes out that far, it's not that great, but he's trying to get last hits underneath the tower. And this is not working for him at all. Like, he's going to get this one. Okay, so that's not too shabby. He's still 15 for 6. But this is the combination lane that ROX.KIS did. When the lanes went a little bit of astray, they actually ran both Darkseer and Clockwork together. And it's a lane which you can't kill. Like, Clockwork's got cogs, and Yol can give Surge. And if they initiate in on Dread and they get in nice and close and the cogs don't do his job so you can't surge yourself away, you can have the Iron Shell that will pop up, and Qualifier, he's not going to be able to steal life that fast. So ROX.KIS actually get a lot of control out of all their lanes by doing such a thing, and they're still getting the farm up on the PL, which they're happy with. They're still getting denied, so they're shutting down not all the experience, but a large portion of the experience of Black, who just tries to stand in experienced range, but he is not going to get this Battle Fury up and running and get to the point where he can deal with a late game PL. And that's probably the main focus of ROX.KIS. Mousesports, what's their timing? What are they searching for? Right now, whatever they're searching for, it's going to take a while to get to, and the more time that comes out, the better it is for OD in the late game, the better it is for BZZ, and you're always going to have the Darkseer and the Silencer screwing around with the team fights that Mousesports, to an extent, can take, but not fully. Black, maybe Vanscore getting blocked up a little bit. Cinderin's giving him mana right now. BZZ, what do you give for a lance? The first blood is there for Black. He managed to force it when ROX.KIS tried to contest that side pull.
Yeah, it's so dangerous walking in with a Silencer who is slower than the natural speed of Anti-Mage. And keep in mind, this AM also has a Stealth Shield as well as a large amount of regen. He's also going to be picking up probably a Ring of Regen, or I mean, not a Ring of Regen, pardon me, Ring of Health. I haven't seen the Tranquil Boots coming out of Anti-Mages as of late, ever since the nerf. So, yeah, with 900 gold, I'm not sure what he's looking to get, but he's certainly waiting
Trouble on the bottom lane. Yol, he's got Surge, but he knows that the Nightmare's there from Pass, and Pass just throw the nuke. He's got the kill right now. No matter what happens, there's a kill. He's trying to give it to Qualifier, and there it goes. Two kills go the way of Mousesports. So, the unkillable lane managed to be killable when there's a Clockwork who's often pushing. Often pulling, sorry, not pushing.
Yeah, that's right. This is really looking rough for ROX.KIS. We gotta keep in mind the fact that they have 4 melee heroes, or rather 3 melee heroes and OD inside the draft. I guess with the Silencer pick, it was a little bit safe, but once again, it's always difficult going to the long lane with a hero without an escape. And Silencer being one of them, yeah, he's gonna take his talents back to the safe lane now. He's gonna try to harass back there, and now even BZZ is rotating into the safe lane saying, no, I can't handle this long lane anymore. Yeah,
well, Yol's got his farm, so he can come up here and basically relieve him. He's up to level 5 on the top lane, so he got 3 points Iron Shell, and he's running around with his Soul Ring. So that's okay. That, again, makes life still difficult for Black, but not impossible for him. He got the kill, and that's enough to bring him back into the mix. BZZ on the bottom lane up against the Lifestealer. BZZ's at least got an escape. He's at least got his doppelwalk to get himself out of trouble. However, Yol, he's losing a lot of mana right now. He's going to play this top lane so defensively and just hope that he still gets the last hits with the Iron Shell, so he can stay close to Black and still find the farm. He needs to get that mech early for his team.
Oh, he's going in, Toby. He's going in. He's got one more right click. There it is.
Okay, so play defensively obviously isn't what... Well, even if he did...
Yeah, it's so hard playing Darkseer against an anti-mage. It's just, once again, it's just kind of like a direct counter. And with this is why I was fearing so much for their early game laning phase. Like, Mousesports have secured some of the best carry laners as well as some of the best lane supports. Whereas ROX.KIS, they have a lot of great heroes for the teamfight. And to be fair, if they do survive to that point, yeah, PL's going to come into power. OD, we know how strong he is in the lane.
Well, considering he's already dominating the puck, yeah. He's got 21 denies up against his puck. There's a full level difference and a bit between these guys. And they haven't left the lanes. Like, both these players have not rotated out. It's just because Solo has been so dominant over the last hits in that middle lane. He's 33 for 21 over a 20 for 6.
Wow. And that puck, I mean, the OD, every time there's a couple charges of the Astral Imprisonment on, yeah, there it is. The puck has 50 less damage than the OD. It's Fada is having a really, really difficult time CSing, and rightfully so.
On the bright side for him, he still managed to get rune control. He's walking around with that illusion inside his bottle. That's not going to stop Solo from being so aggressive. There's another imprisonment, so he's just taken 3 sets off him. Interesting to note, too, he didn't skill the ultimate. He just wants that 4-4 up and running before he even gets the ult, before he even gets the damage. We've got even new items coming off from him, so Courier is bringing in Buckler for Solo. So again, we're going to see ROX.KIS with this OD, its mech first item. That's what they're searching for. And that's gonna open up space too for like what Dread wants to buy up, what Yol also wants to buy. Darkseer, the hero that normally would pick up something like the mech. So now he's actually got more options.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Mousesports, on the other hand, thinking that
BCC.
they're going on the PL.
There's a sentry ward down. They know what's going on. Vansco's already used his silence on Qualifier. He can't get his kill though. The rage is up, and now Mousesports just keep rolling with the punches. Dre's going to come in, and the puck ulti. He wasn't expecting Fader to be here. He had to cog, but now he's silenced. The cogs are up. He still gets hit by the puck ultimate, and passes the man who picks up the double kill as the Bane. 4 heroes for Mousesports all of a sudden arrive in the bottom lane, and it's 6-0 in favor of Mousesports. My compendium bets are not looking good.
Say goodbye to your money, Toby. My money was on Mouse, even though I didn't prove it by the purchase. Man, they are looking to be in a fantastic position. They have, once again, ROX.KIS with the heroes in the lanes. The only thing that's going for them right now is the OD. And to be fair, it's a very good thing because he's got the highest CS on the board. Unfortunately, though, to control a Lifestealer and Anti-Mage, you need a little bit more than just a farmed OD.
Yeah,
and
you need a farmed PL, and PL's like a Tranquil Boots and Drums 9 minutes in. At least in CS is keeping up with Qualifier. The only downside is his kills aren't. Like, there's 3 assists there for Qualifier. He hasn't got a kill. The 3 kills have, in fact, gone the way of Pass. So the supports are going to get some more levels up. Even Syndra is walking around with a headdress on this Keeper of the Light. It's not going to be long before that mech is up.
Oh dear, they're doing it again, Toby.
BZZ, but he's out of range of the sentry ward now, so that doppel walk is a second sentry and Fiend's Grip. That's going to be on max range with the silence by Vanscore. It's already been used. Dread wants to come in through the side, but he could not get there fast enough. So PL goes down the bottom lane, but they're using a lot of sentry wards to do this, but it's still worth it to kill a PL.
Yeah, it really is. And frankly, this is really impressive play coming out of Mouse. Synderen had to rotate to different lanes about twice this game so far, and he's making the perfect decisions with regards to adjusting. So shutting down the PL is definitely Mousesport's main goal, but more importantly, with Black just farming up a Storm against the Darkseer, this is really just like they're setting themselves for a winning game. And the other thing that's really going well for them is Pass is already level 6. I actually didn't expect the Fiend's Grip coming out of there, and I should have paid attention closely with that regard, but man, he is getting so much levels at the bottom lane with the dual lane, with the Lifestealer. Very well done by them.
Yeah. At the same time though, man, this OD is causing issues, and it will cause more issues. Well done on the good studio. Yeah, this OD is still the highest farm tier on the map. His denies are fantastic. The amount of experience for anyone who even thinks that, yeah, like Synderen comes in the middle lane and says, oh, I'll find some experience. He's actually sitting up at level 8 on that Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, and Fada's TPing bottom with the haste rune. Is he going to find the kill here? Find out.
We're about to, man. Pass is coming in, but there's a fake PL at the start. They know that. There's sentry wars down, and the PL staying in there. Open with Dread. However, this time he's in a better position. Pass is the one who gets silenced. The Glades are flying out from Vanscore. BZZ will still go down. That infest damage is not helping him out. Pass so low on life, but Vanscore just cannot keep up these cogs. It's not making it easy for Fader. But with a haste rune, Dread, there goes your little battery assault trying to interrupt Fader as much as possible. Quoifer's already in a double kill, and he'll go for Dread. But in comes the OD. That's Fader's death right now. Drop the ultimate, and that's the reason why there's actually the imprisonment to start off with. So we can come back here, find up against Qualifier. Maybe he could have saved his teammate. Drops the orb, but no, Fader! He phased it out. Qualifier. Oh, there's finally the orb coming off here. Fader, wow. How much damage do you want to take? Synderen as well. There's a Meg Charge already being used, and now with a silence on Fader, Solo can take this one. Then they'll come back for Synderen. So there's one kill, and now they're going to rotate over. BZZ, he needs the Lance. He needs the Lance. He is just in range. He needs the vision. Now he's got it. Where's the Lance? Where's the Lance? Where's the Lance? It's oh, come on. That looks like it was in range. But he must have been rapidly clicking that to try and get it.
Yeah, I think he was just getting out of vision every single time. Of course, PL as well as the keeper, they both have the same movement speed. So good escape by Synderen. Theta, really, really, really impressive plays coming out of him. If you saw how he initiated the fight, he didn't just go for the clockwork that was inside the war vision. He waited to use all of his spells and then coiled all 3 targets, setting Qualifier up for a lot of damage, allowing Paz to probably get out of proximity, as well as the, oh man, that OD ultimate dodge, he baited that out.
Man, Synderen, I don't know if he really wants to be here. Dread's coming in. He's going to cog him out in a moment. There's a Phoenix group. He's got to actually use the cogs to cancel pass. He didn't do it. And now Dread will throw away his own life after losing the ODs in the middle lane. A quick battery assault and stick charges are not enough to keep him alive. Mousesports just got a silver platter in the middle lane. 2 for 12 now in their favor.
Wow. They're certainly getting served on a silver platter as Black still farming up a storm. 70 CS, 2 kills, almost got a second piece for the Battle Fury, and yeah, things are once again looking fantastic. As ROX.KIS, they're still scratching around their jungle, every single lane they possibly can to get their farm. They haven't lost their towers. That's the really, really good thing. But this PL, once again, Toby, he's sitting at 0 and 3. He's only level 6, and he's the hard carry, the PL. 13 minutes into the game for ROX.KIS. This is not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, this is definitely looking very, very shaky, but I'm still not going to count out the teamfight potential. The teamfight potential of ROX.KIS could be awesome, but it could also be absolutely horrendous. How's this PL? Like, what's happening with PL? 41-21, and he's got 3 deaths to his name. I don't think he's ever going to get his diffuser blade up and running.
No, not this game. But
it's taking him forever. Like he's definitely not going to go Yasha. He needs to go straight into the diffuser blade now.
Yeah.
And Darkseer's not getting that much either. Well, actually, no, I say that. He's 56 for nil on this top lane, but he's never staying close enough to get the full experience. Like he's level 8 right now, but Anti-Mage up at level 11, so 2 points up in that Mana Void.
That's right. He will continuously get zoned out by Black. Black, once again, getting that early lead allows him to get the extra points in, all the skills he wants. As for BGZ, the biggest problem right now is not so much his death and his CS, but what results from all of that, which is the fact that level 7 PL, you just maxed out Lance. He decided to give stats early because he was in the long lane. Unfortunately, he couldn't stay there to farm, and that means they have no levels on Juxtapose. Toby, without Juxtapose on a PL, you are not going to be able to farm the jungle. You are not going to be able to free farm the lane because Mousesports won't give you that, and therefore PL, once again, just struggling. It's like 3v1, 2v1 against the Lifestealer in the lane right now. And this Lifestealer is just zoning out the PL by himself. Like, this is just really scary. ROX.KIS, they have to have something done. And the pull is a good start. The fact that they pull means that Lifestealer is not going to be able to contest
Yol's in trouble. Puck ulti, going to catch him up here. He wants to take the stun. Backs him back a little bit. He's sitting on the edge of that Puck ultimate. OD already TP'd up towards the top lane. The secondary TP will be cancelled. Dread, Qualifier right behind him right now. He decided not to cog, especially when Bane's back down here with his ultimate up and ready to go.
One thing I've always noticed about Mousesports is when they take engagements to the enemy tower, and they see even 1 or 2 TPs, they always back. They always like to play it safe. They like to guarantee their safety.
Oh, Dread, maybe there's some trouble for him right now. He's being attacked, and that's going to be Qualifier. Can he finish up the job? It looks like he will be able to. The Global Silence tried to help him out, but it won't be enough at the end of the day. And that is going to be, well, it's actually 2 gone down. Both the Clockwork as well as the Silence to take a fall. And that is also Nightmare on pass, so he doesn't really matter. He doesn't really care at that point. He's all good. And they dive deeper to check around behind the back of the tower. No one's there, though. No one is there.
Yeah, I think the PL actually walked out in vision. But regardless, yeah, Qualifier is still hunting. He still wants that blood. But yeah, the PL is going to take his talent to the jungle now. And he's picked up the Blade of Alacrity. He knows, just as you say, he needs to pick up that damage dealing item as soon as possible. Whether he's going to be able to get it or not, once again, Mousesports, 14 kills in 16 minutes. Such a fantastic position, and Fada, he's only got 700 gold. I know he had a hard time at the mid lane, but he's got so many kills. Does he have his Blink Dagger, or is that just a result of the early game?
He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, man. He's nowhere near it.
Oh man, he is extremely underfarmed. Yeah. Solo did a lot of work at the mid lane in that place, apparently. Well,
the fact is he's basically double, if not more, is CS is what it's all about. I'm going to give you a quick recall as well, as Robotic has kicked in. So we'll just do that very, very quickly. And getting back into the call. There's a big rotation coming up from ROX.KIS. They're bringing 4 players up to that top lane. Getting ready to rock and rumble. And Solo, he's looking for one. He's already taken 2 of the points out from Black, but Black doesn't really need that much. However, if he loses another point here, he can't blink and then ultimate. He cannot use that Mana Void during engagement if he loses, if he has 3 of those Astral Imprisonment sets on him. And looks like ROX.KIS now just trying to force something. They've lost their tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. They need a tier 1 tower. They need something, so they're just trying to force a 5-man fight on the top.
Yes, and a 5-man fight they will probably get. I don't think Mousesports is in any position to say, well, we're scared of losing that tower, so we're gonna back off, because, yep, they're assembling already. It's only 3 of them so far, but with Syndera's recall, he could probably pick up another
Yeah, he's
person.
bringing Black in. There's the TP in. Nice ultimate by Fader. Catches out the 3. Solo still wants to try and find this one, so he actually takes out the puck, and then the stun. Stops pass on his ultimate. He's going to be careful about his life points. Yol even more careful. He's low on life, and there's the Bane. Just basically brain saps him out. Fader onto the other side of the tree line. Has he got some more damage here? Solo imprisons up Black, and now the Cogs actually blocking him off, and they do lose the OD in the middle of all of this. Is there a jump in? Yeah, Black keeps going. There's already the buyback by the OD. He's TPing back in. He wants to throw the orb, and he wants Fader, and now he's silenced. He can't throw it. He got silenced during it by the puck, and GG, well played. A GG in under 18 minutes, and ROX.KIS will leave. It'll be ROX.KIS taking the game. Darkseer leaves as well. That should count. All 5 players left before the 18-minute mark, so Compendium winners. And yeah, the last asking the same question. Yes, that counts. Everyone says yes. Compendium winners for an under 18-minute game, you get it. But would you have thought it's going to be a Mousesports versus ROX.KIS game in the lower bracket final?
Wow, Toby, you were wondering about the momentum that they picked up from last game, where they were probably hitting themselves and really, really bashing themselves, of course, for that loss and what they could have done better. Unfortunately, the answer seems like ROX.KIS, they're having a hard time picking it up. And I'm certainly hoping that they could pick it up in Game 2 because, man, against Mousesports, against that performance, they will need it.
Alright, so that's the end of game number 1. Obviously, that was a very, very short game. We're actually going to jump ourselves over to our panel member.